There is no avoiding talk of the pandemic right now. Since we joined you last week, confirmed cases of the Omicron coronavirus variant have exploded across the country and here at home. And as we discussed last Sunday, a big part of this surge involves the spread of the virus among children heading back to school. While most cases in kids are not severe, thankfully, the spike is still enough to overwhelm hospitals. As of Friday, Children's Mercy Hospital has 29 COVID patients in its care. And look at this, well more than 300 staffers have tested positive for the virus and are isolating at home. The hospital is now pleading with pediatric nurses and respiratory therapists who may have retired or left medicine to join the fight. Simply put, Children's Mercy, like many other hospitals, is in crisis mode, and healthcare workers need help.
We have a lot of employees that are out with COVID-19. A lot of our nursing staff is out currently. You put that on top of some of our staff shortages going into this wave. The combination has really put a strain on our staffing abilities.
Many school districts are dealing with skyrocketing cases among students and teachers. The Bonner Springs Edwardsville School District canceled class Thursday and Friday after roughly 600 of 2,400 students in the district called out sick on Wednesday. And in Lawrence last week, the public schools reported 2,000 students and more than 100 teachers were out because of the virus. Many other districts have similar issues. And state education leaders are having to make changes even they say aren't ideal to make things work, easing some requirements for substitute teachers. In Kansas, subs now have to be at least 18 years old with a high school diploma and pass a background check, but they no longer need the 60 college credit hours they once did. They also have to be hired by a school district and apply online through the state. It's a move educators say needs to be made to keep kids in school.
We think it's going to open up a pool of candidates that we've never been able to really respond to.
So it's another tool that we'll be able to utilize to help keep our buildings open for our kids.
Now, to make way for any new unforeseen variants or problems, these changes are in effect until June 1st, but the state boards of education will revisit the policy in May. And this new Omicron surge is just affecting our way of life. It's also having a major impact on the economy, dealing another blow to local restaurants already battling to stay open in this pandemic. Right now, the number of people eating at KC area restaurants is down 25% from 2019 levels, according to the Mid-America Regional Council. Pandemic aid helped keep some restaurants afloat, but now, if you've seen, we're watching a new wave of closures. In recent weeks, Plowboys Barbecue closed down its Overland Park restaurant, blaming a number of issues brought on by the pandemic. So how do you navigate another wave? Organizers of Kansas City Restaurant Week hope their event will help boost business in a time of year typically slow, even without a global pandemic. Earlier this week, I sat down with one owner to talk about the issues he's facing right now. I'm here with Colby Gerolds, proprietor and executive chef for Rye here in Kansas City. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
We know many restaurants have shut down in this pandemic. What are your biggest challenges right now?
There's numerous things. I think, supply issues are a big deal. Just costs of goods have gone up so, extremely much. Meat, dairy, everything. That, staffing, and just making sure that the public is comfortable with coming out and dining again.
That's got to be a two-pronged approach here, right? Because you have some people who are very cautious to come in. You have other customers, I imagine, who kind of want to pretend that this is over, even though it's not. So how do you walk that line?
Well, it's interesting, too, because, we have two restaurants in two different parts of the city, and, the public acts differently in both situations. And, it's kind of one of the play it by ear thing. We listen to our customers. We kind of follow what the industry's doing and, just try to be as safe as we possibly can.
Industry looks way different now than it did 2 years ago.
Yeah.
How do you keep a restaurant going right now? And are you worried with this new surge that we're going to see more shutting down?
It was definitely scary for a long time. 2020 was, there's lots of sleepless nights and, really concerned about what was going to happen. But I do feel like the country as a whole and the restaurant industry, I know there's some restaurants that are still struggling. We've been fortunate to kind of rebound from all of this. It's just about keeping our noses down and keep pushing forward.
We know that there's certainly an economic toll. Has to be an emotional toll for everybody here.
Yeah.
What has that drain been like, and how have you tried to rally the troops and kind of push forward here?
It's been interesting. I definitely think the pandemic has brought on, people are a lot more introspective, and I think people are doing what they need for themselves. We've seen a lot of turnover in both the restaurants, and we actually closed one of our restaurants. It wasn't it wasn't COVID specific. It was a lease issue more than anything, but COVID did play a part of the decision to do it. And yeah, I mean, it's been tough. It's been tough on everybody.
We're in the middle of KC Restaurant Week right now. What are you hoping to accomplish here? Obviously, you want to boost for business, not just for participating restaurants, though, I imagine, just for everybody.
Yeah, I mean, well, this is always an interesting time of the year when people get done with the holidays and they're, you know, kind of done spending money and kind of done hanging out with family and friends. And this is kind of a way to jolt our industry and get people out again and, you know, maybe go to see other restaurants that you haven't been to before.
And adjusting dining habits, too. I noticed that a number of restaurants are doing carry-out and delivery options.
Yes, yeah, and I mean, that's become a big part of our industry. You know, before the pandemic, everyone kind of, at least us in particular, we wanted people in the restaurant. And now, you know, we've all had to pivot pretty crazy, and I think it'll be beneficial for Restaurant Week for sure.
Well, good luck. We appreciate everything you do. Colby Garretts with Rye KC. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Rye is one of nearly 200 local restaurants taking part in Kansas City Restaurant Week, which is on now and runs through next Sunday. Many restaurants are offering deals to boost business, and as we just heard, a lot of restaurants are offering carry-out and delivery options this year. Part of the proceeds go to the Guadalupe Centers. For more information, go online to kcrestaurantweek.com.